Hello and welcome to Profiles in Risk. This is your host, Tony Cañas, and today we have a very special episode. I have with me MJ Martinez, claims a veteran, almost 20 years of experience, and author of the new children's book, Insurance Children's Book, Welcome to Insuriland. So MJ, thank you for joining me today. I love doing author interviews, and we've been in conversation long before you wrote the book. So awesome to have you on today. How's it
Thank
going?
you. Thank you for having me. It's going great. Obviously, in claims, it's really busy towards the end of the year. So, I still have hair, so that's a good thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, the book it was published probably about 3 months ago. It's an idea that I've had for many years, and my daughters were my inspiration for the book. So, as far as what the idea was behind it, um, it all started with career days. You know how you're a parent, you go to career days. I'm in insurance. There's firemen, there's policemen, there's military folks with robots that come in and wow the children. Um, as far as me, I had many failed attempts. Trying to, uh, I guess, make insurance sound fun to a group of children. It's not the funnest of things for children, especially since they don't really know what insurance is all about. Most adults don't know what insurance is all
Really?
about. So I saw one day that I had my PowerPoint. I was trying to get some cool pictures on the screen. I was expecting another failed attempt. So I called an audible, and I asked the teacher, just show me to the nearest whiteboard, give me a marker, and just let me steal the show. So I got up there. Um, Obviously, again, I followed firemen, policemen. It's always the same three: firemen, policemen, and then military with robots. But I did follow them, and I had my marker. I started drawing pictures. It's really simple, and I feel like I cracked the code. I cracked the code on how to explain insurance, at least the concept of insurance, to children, and these were ages, um, first grade to like third grade, and my daughters were in there too. So I wanted to make my daughters proud. So there I am drawing, explaining what insurance is, what insurance does, why it's important to have insurance, bringing it down to their level of understanding, which was a great thing at that particular time because they started asking questions. They started asking the right questions. Then they started asking. I think we had some class parents in there, and they were turning around. They were saying, "Mom, what kind of insurance do we have?" And the mom couldn't really explain it either. So um, that one day was my aha moment of the idea behind this book. And so it was really successful. The kids loved it. Ever since then, they've called me. I've also been the PTA president, and I was walking the halls, and I was class parent. So anytime they'd walk the halls and see me, they'd say, "Hey, Mr. Insurance Man." So it stuck. It
That's
really did stick.
fantastic.
So another opportunity that I saw after the presentation is that the children obviously got the concept, but after the career day event was done, I had a line of teachers and parents asking me about insurance and asking me about their own personal policies and asking me to explain it to them. So then I saw a secondary need, which is the parent of the child that is going to read the book. So I figured, that's kind of a twofer for me. Um, you know, and this has been in the works for many years, but most recently I had an opportunity to have some alone time, and and I just pumped it out, wrote it, got it out to my publisher. I had to send it to multiple publishers, and finally they accepted it. And here we are.
Oh,
It's
so
it's
so so you went through the traditional publishing process.
Yes, I went
That
to the traditional publishing process.
that is rare in our industry. We're so niche.
Yeah, they were really amazed by the fact that I was writing an insurance book for children, to help them understand insurance at a young age, because that is something that will stick with them at such an early age. They're soaking up so much information, and it was just really important to them to just publish my book. So they're actually going to be my publisher for the next 4 books, because it's a 5-book series on insurance. So the first one is the concept of insurance. The second one is auto insurance. That's when we kind of take a deeper dive, and it's still going to be fun and magical and entertaining. But third one is going to be homeowners insurance. The fourth one's going to be health insurance, and the final one is going to be life insurance and will preparation. So it's all going to be a book series that will, really just explain generally all types of insurance. I know there's other types now, like, pet insurance and all that. Maybe there's going to be
You're
spin-offs.
digging pretty deep to like already.
So yeah, I mean, my goal is to cure the statistic of the uninsured, and help them understand insurance from a very young age. Of course, the parents that are reading the books are going to help. It's going to help them understand the concept of insurance as well. And when they call in a claim, and something happens to them, they're going to know a little bit more than how it feels now when people call and report their first claim. That's their worst day of their lives, and that's not the time to be educating them on insurance. If we can do that before, at least a little bit, so we can make it easier for them, and of course easier for the frontline employees, then that's a win-win. So these books are my passion. The main characters are three main characters. It's the turtle. That's me. I'm the wise turtle. And then my daughter, Leah, she's the oldest. She is the careful cat. And my other daughter, Emily, is the optimistic owl. So they're my star pupils. And the funny thing is, throughout the series, they're going to age, and they're going to learn new things. It starts out with an agency, and later on, I'm kind of giving you a sneak peek, but I'm going to add a claims department as well in the land of Insuriland. And the last one is going to be a sad one, but a very good lesson on will preparation and life insurance, I think. And it's gonna make some people cry maybe, but I'm still figuring that out. I don't know how to, you know it's hard to translate that kind of stuff to children. And now that my girls are older, I think I need to start with maybe some focus groups or something. um,
What's been the feedback since the books came out?
well, on Amazon, it has a 5-star review. The feedback's been great so far. As far as my friends that have bought the book, and some customers that have actually bought my book as well, they love it, and they love the fact that you get to teach. It's a fun book, but you also get to teach them about fiscal responsibility, and having ways to just translate what we do as insurance professionals to children. And I think one customer that I sold it to, she was so excited. She was really excited to buy the book for her grandson, I believe, because her grandson was going to come visit. And so she read him the book and he loved it. He fell in love with it. And later on, she told me, and this customer, it's a long, I mean, I dealt with her a very long time ago. And just recently, she sent me an email. She's like, "You'll never guess what happened, MJ. My grandson was playing with his tools and I'm sorry, his toys and his, GI Joes or whatever, and he was handling insurance claims." So, I mean,
Now
that's
that's the dream, right
that's the
there.
dream. That's the pie in the
Yes.
sky. I mean, I heard that and I was like, wow, that's one step closer to, making insurance or insurance adjusting, a career of choice, and that's what I've always wanted. I didn't necessarily grow up thinking I was going to be an insurance adjuster or I was going to be an insurance professional, but once I started, the ins and outs and learning everything about what insurance, does for people, and we actually help people. The fact that we can help them and deliver on that promise, it's a great thing, and I fell in love with it. So now I'm all in. I'm all in, and I'm trying to, start them at a young age. I'm also launching a podcast January 2025 under InsurTech's IO on LinkedIn.
Perfect.
And that podcast is going to be solely about the claims segment of the industry, insurance and InsurTech. So I'll be talking about claims issues. My theory to how I'm going to do this is, I'm talking to tech companies who are trying to improve the employee experience and the customer experience. And I'm also going to interview employees because some companies, their leaders have a hard time hearing the pulse of the floor. But with this, lots of listeners can hear the pulse of many floors, across many, companies or, TPAs, whatever the case may be. But they can hear what the adjusters are saying, because I am pretty passionate about frontline employees and them having, the tools they need, and everything that they, you know, want to be supported so they can take care of the customer. So that's going to be my podcast. I'll be starting in January 2025. I already have a list of guests, and I'm ready to go. And I think the website for my book, if you want to purchase it, is www.welcometoinsuriland.com. You can also, on that same website, you can go to my social media. I have a marketing company working for me, handling my social media, and they are posting updates. I'm almost done with my second book, so it should be out soon enough. And I'm excited. I'm excited to finish this 5-book series and see what I can do.
Awesome. Timeline for all 5 books, couple of years.
Yeah, all 5 books. I'm trying to just ride the coattails of each one, and so I would say a couple of years to max 3 years, depending on how that last book goes. I'm just
The
I've kind of
hardest one
planned.
for
I
sure.
have an outline on each one, and the last one, I'm just scratching my head, thinking, how am I going to translate this to children?
I agree. Fantastic. I'm glad somebody's doing this. I'm glad somebody's doing this, and the feedback that you're getting is uh is so positive. I love the story of the kid playing being a claims adjuster. Some of some of the reviews you have on the website. It's a delightful and educational read. My kids love the magical setting. I appreciate how the story introduced them to concept of insurance in a fun and engaging way, both entertaining and instructive. Amazing job with the book. Important life lessons. Character charming. Illustrations are brilliant. The illustrations look really cute. I have to completely agree with that.
It was
Fantastic.
a tedious process, man.
I've heard that. I've heard that the illustrations for children's books are no easy task. Captures my children's imaginations and the practical lessons seamlessly woven into the story. Must read for any parents looking to educate their kids in a fun way. Fantastic. A wonderful book for young readers. MJ, thank you for your time today. Looking
Thank
forward
you for having me.
to the podcast, and congrats on that partnership with insurtech.io. Looking forward to the next books.
Well, I appreciate it, and just keep an eye out for Claims Adjusted. It'll be out in January 2025. So I appreciate your time, and we've been friends for a while, and I appreciate your friendship as well.
Thank you.